Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Fun Speculation. Mav here, as always. It's a chill Tuesday night. I'm going to be playing some games here in a minute. Um, Also wanted to have a little stream just to kind of chill and hang out and chat about gaming stuff or channel stuff or just whatever. What's up, Calarie? How's it going, dude? What's up, Alex? How are you? Thanks for stopping by the stream. And thank you to anybody who's either tuning into this after the fact as well. If you like the content here, make sure you hit the like button, share this out, subscribe to the channel, and all that good stuff. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. We had some storms here earlier today. They were pretty bad around a lot of areas around us. Work might pick up from that some. I don't know. It will or not. Trying to make it get busy around here. It's always a slow time for us around like Christmas time, obviously, right? Everybody kind of shuts down for the holidays. What's up, James? How's it going? But yeah, we're just chilling, and I want to give a shout out to like community. I got the YouTube, the YouTube like your year in recap or whatever thing, right? The yearly recap thing that YouTube sends out. And it kind of like, I honestly don't look at analytics too much and stuff with the channel. I don't do a lot of videos. I do mostly live content. So our stuff doesn't like usually have too much of a life of its own after the live streams, right? So I don't usually do too much like digging into a lot of the analytics and stuff unless I'm using YouTube Studio to fight dumbass copyright claims because of weird nonsense like the UFC blocking our co-stream of the Game Awards. Like, how does that happen, right? What's up, Andrew? But I'm gonna say that looking back at that 2022 recap from YouTube, like puts things into perspective on like what a kind of year we had for the channel. And man, that means a lot to me. Really, everybody showing up for all of the content that we do and stuff. And this isn't the biggest channel out there, by any means whatsoever. And it's a small channel, small community, but it shows that we're still growing and we're growing good, and it's because of the community, right? Because of the guys showing up and having discussions about the live content that we do, all the podcasts and streams and the game streams, and just want to say thank you again to the community because you guys rock for hanging out with us so much. I mean, there was like something like, I can't remember exactly. I tweeted it out a little while ago. But like a certain like numbers like jump out to you from that breakdown. One of them was 4 million minutes watched. Anything with the word million having to do anything with content that we put out there, I never would have dreamed of, right? So absolutely crazy to see that. It's been another year of growth, like I said, but just thank you, especially with mostly live shows, mostly live content, right? To have that, it just means a lot. So again, thank you guys. What's up, Chris? How's it going? What's up to Blue? Calarie, what's up, man? Says, yeah, man, the stats are awesome. All I have to do is listen to RDX to remember why your shows are so much better. Telling facts rather than feelings based on nothing. Yeah, shout out to RDX. I was listening to RDX earlier too. Always an entertaining show over there, man. That's funny. Andrew Colinane, what's up? Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna give a shout out to channel members real quick as well. I try to do that when I can. Honestly, like during some of the live shows, like the actual podcast, it's kind of like hard to do the whole rundown, right? But I want to give a shout out to the channel members as well. Remember, like I always say this because I don't want anybody to feel like left out or whatever, because I appreciate anybody, whether you stop by for a second. If you hate this channel and you checked it out, I still appreciate you. You know, like anybody that stops by and chats, the discussions, the engagement with the chat is like what this community is all about for me. A shout out to Jesse B, Jerrold Mack, UK Lad, WhySoSerious, Master Clown X3, KY Bob, Caper Grant 692, Michael Garvey, Topaz Girl 170, Vik The CLiCK, Phasma, DeathLordStrong, Calarie, Susie, Dr. Dinglenut, Killanitis, Alvin, deccaddo, the Wize Old Gamer, Micah Ford, Boogeyman, Blacksheepweeb, TK Chillin, Xbox International Podcast, Dark CMF, Silent Cypher, Pong Soul, GamePassDad, Tony Grasso, Geezer Prime, KhAos ThEory, Reign of the Third Eye, Lord Master Jasper, Matt Byrnes, AssassinLupa, and Back from the Dead. I miss AssassinLupa a lot. Good lady. I wish I had more information to share with the community, but I do not. Sub to Blue, yeah, thanks. You too, man. Yeah, we need to hook up sometime in Dallas. You know, fellow Dallasite. Yeah, you guys all rock. Anybody that associates with us and the channel, you guys mean a lot. So I wanted to also like try and do something a little bit different, because you know we get a lot of comments and stuff on some of our videos or live streams, right? And I thought it might be cool to kind of actually read some of these and actually have a little bit of a discussion on them, right? If that makes sense. We had FSP last night, and always a fun time on FSP. We look ahead at the games coming out and all that kind of stuff for ahead of the week, and you know we had some FTC talk, Game Awards talk, you know, Xbox marketing talk, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna start with some of those. Yo, Chris Jones, dude, thanks for becoming a channel member, man. And I know you don't really do that, so appreciate that. Welcome to the speculators, sir. Lauren Nail hit us with a comment from FSP last night on the comments. Said Sony wants COD every year at $70 with microtransactions, and it's 4.6 billion. Sony already has 5 older COD games in plus. They just don't want to lose its biggest moneymaker, any players. $70 in microtransaction every COD player. So we were talking about this on FSP last night a little bit, and basically what we're getting at is if Sony would put Call of Duty on PS Plus because Microsoft had offered that deal. I don't know if they will end up accepting that concession at some point, because I don't know about you guys. I would think it would cost Sony a pretty penny. However, I would also like to potentially beg to differ on one thing, because what would be best for Sony, maybe Sony isn't ready to do that yet, but maybe they should be pushed along a little bit, right? Like if Sony did end up putting it in PS Plus, I don't know if they would lose money, because you're talking about losing the 30% of the revenue they'd make from the sales of the games. So let's say that, I don't know, Call of Duty sells 20 million copies or 30 million. I don't know. I don't know how many copies Call of Duty sells year over year. Let's say it's 20 million or whatever. And you got $20 roughly per, or $25 maybe per copy. Well, 30% of 70 is 21. So $21, right, per copy they get. And on top of that, other microtransactions. But hear me out. That $31 is like once off. If you're able to get 10 million subscribers to PS Plus Extra, which is struggling right now, all you need is 2 months per each one of those 10 million to make that same $30. Right? And you also get all the microtransaction revenue and all that stuff still, right? So I don't know if that would be like they would get that immediately obviously, because they at some point they got to start putting their own games there. But I do think that if they did it, they would start seeing that recurring revenue from their PS Plus Extra, which they've been bleeding subscribers ever since they made the change. That would maybe open their eyes and maybe they'd start putting more of their own content in there. And I don't think that they want to do that right now because they've been hesitant to really push their subscription services too much anyway, right? So I think it would be the right move. I don't know if it would actually cost them in the short term. You could say like the first game, maybe like right up front, but over time, I think they would make more money, right? Plus, yeah, you got to look at how much they're paying out for exclusives and all that kind of stuff, right? For marketing and all that shit. So I don't know. Maybe that's what they don't want to lose. Maybe they're afraid to lose that big hunk of money right away, day one sales of Call of Duty. But man, I think they're not playing the long game a lot of times. And maybe it would be in their best interest to start looking at their future a little bit more, right? WhySoSerious says, "What's up, Mav? Hey, what's up, WhySoSerious? How you doing?" One who knows all. Hello, everyone. Hey, what's up, one who knows all? Ellis Murderman Foster says, "Seattle here. Don't get to catch you guys all the time. Much respect, brother. I'm kind of sad that Microsoft is held under the standard like we don't exist, but PlayStation can blatantly rob the industry." Yeah, it's a little bit of a double standard out there. You know what I mean? And that points me to a comment made on a quote tweet from a Colt Eastwood post from Christopher Dring from GameIndustry.biz. And Colt Eastwood was like saying, "Hey, PlayStation gamers, you might want to start looking at playing games elsewhere. Microsoft is going to be acquiring more studios and stuff like that, and broaden your horizons other than just focus on one platform." And Christopher Dring, I guess, took exception to that, saying that, well, tell me this game industry isn't full of middle class, right? Because he's basically saying Colt Eastwood says that he can afford to buy whatever, so he's putting himself above others. I called BS on this, and I saw a lot of people in the community respond to Christopher Dring actually calling BS on this, because you're basically not ever saying anything, and the game industry as a whole doesn't ever say anything about Sony's deals when they make these exclusive deals, stuff like the stupid ass Hogwarts Legacy content, stuff like Spider-Man on Avengers, right? The exclusive content for Call of Duty. You have Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 remake games exclusive on PlayStation. You even have this new other Final Fantasy that was just announced again on everything but Xbox. Like, why does that happen, right? Why is Crisis Core the only Final Fantasy coming to Xbox? It's ridiculous. And you don't see anybody in the industry say like, "Hey, what about Xbox gamers? Like, are they being forced to think about having to buy a PlayStation because of PlayStation's moves?" Like, even when PlayStation out there in the past said stuff like, "Oh, well, if you want to play Spider-Man, get a PlayStation. If you want to play this, get a PlayStation. If you want to play that, get a PlayStation." And then you have Christopher Dring saying stuff to when just Colt suggests that, hey, people broaden their horizons besides just focus on PlayStation, calling that as being like a form of entitlement, saying that like you put yourself above gamers like that maybe can't afford to not only play on one platform. So you're saying the only platform that matters is PlayStation at that point? Exclusivity exists across the entire industry. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of exclusivity. Like, I wish games were everywhere. That way we could decide what to play based on the best performance of the hardware. And however, it's still a necessity in the industry. It is a thing in the industry where people draw people to their platform for a reason, right? And to only call it out when it happens with Xbox is hypocritical. It's a double standard. It shows major bias in the industry towards PlayStation, and that's getting old. It's getting really old, right? So I completely go against everything that Christopher Dring said there, unless he actually starts talking about Nintendo, unless he actually starts talking about PlayStation, then he has a case. If he wants to say he just doesn't believe in exclusivity and every game should be everywhere, he can talk on that. But you don't go and call out the one platform that has the lowest cost of accessibility, having the lowest price console on the market, having the lowest cost of entry with Game Pass, all those games coming next year, you don't even have to buy. And guess what? You talk about lowest cost of entry, you don't even need to own a damn console. You can play on your PC if you got one. You can play on a shitty ass old laptop with cloud gaming. You can play on your phone. You can play on an old tablet, a cheap ass old used Android tablet if you want to. Like, there's so many ways to access it. You know what I mean? So to call out and say that people should like not say that people should be migrate to the Xbox ecosystem if they want to access these games, that's just ridiculous. They're actually making it more affordable and easier. So like, get off your high horses, game industry people, and take a look in the mirror and look at what you're saying, because it's absolute horseshit. One who knows all says, was it the EU or CMA that reports came out that they will be less opposed to it? Well, there's like a lot of talk back and forth about that right now, because the EU kind of, in a way, defended Microsoft a little bit in a question brought to them from a financial website or group or something. I don't really know who they are, but they asked directly the EU a question, and the EU kind of backed Microsoft on this thing, saying that that Microsoft never guaranteed that Bethesda games were going to be multi-platform, right? So that kind of led to a hint about the EU maybe softening its stance, and then the CMA may have been softening their stance because they only made one public response so far from all of the third parties. And we talked about this on FSP and I think even on PM and the PM. There was only one public response made about the deal from a third-party market participant from the CMA. Remember, all these things we saw from Brazil, right? Brazil made everything public. But for some reason, CMA made this one public. And it's an unnamed third-party or market participant with third party. I'm sure it could be, it could not be. I don't know. It could even be Nintendo. Could be Nintendo. Who knows? Could be Epic. Could be 2K. Who knows, right? But they came out glowingly in favor of the deal being approved, and it leads me to wonder, why did the CMA put that out there? Maybe it's because they have softened their stance and they're willing to do concession deals and move it through. So that's some speculation, but who knows, right? It's hard to guess anymore with all this shit, man. Because when you hear one thing one day, and then the next day something else comes out that completely contradicts everything, right? Ellis also says it's like everything unconsumer and horrible Sony does is invisible to the world, and it's sad. Hit those like buttons. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you like the content here, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. I will be playing some games here in a minute also. RSJ fans up says, as far as having to choose platforms, I chose Xbox over PlayStation. Yeah, I've even seen some people get so disgusted with PlayStation over this whole thing, that they're like actually saying that you're not going to get a PlayStation now. They just like say screw it, like they're sick of their double standard and they're less interested. They'll wait and play their games on PC when they hit. DeBlue says, I forgot that they also asked when Xbox putting games on PlayStation. Right. Yeah, that was a thing. RSJ fan says, seriously, whenever the PS5 and Series XS started, I had to choose between consoles, and you chose Xbox. That's good. Luis Jose says, sup, Mav? Sup, Luis? How's it going? And then it goes on to say, who do you think is the unnamed market participant? That's a fantastic question. Well, we know that that 2K has been very public in favor of this deal. I think it's Strauss Zelnick is his name, the CEO of 2K or Take-Two, whatever. Has been in several interviews actually with like big, like MSNBC, like CNBC, places like that. I don't remember exactly which channels and which journalistic websites or whatever they were, but he's come out several times saying that like this deal should be let forward by Microsoft. So it's possible it's Take-Two. However, if we just look at back the Brazilian things that were made public, everybody was okay with the deal except for PlayStation. So really, it could literally be almost anybody in the industry. The thing is, I think that document made such a good case because I've even saw, speaking of, we just talked about Christopher Dring, say that was actually made a better case for this deal to go through than anything Microsoft's done. So I think that it's interesting that the CMA chose to make that public. And what I was alluding to, and I can't remember what show we talked about it on this week, but that maybe it was their way of getting ahead to kind of get that into the public's mindset. So that way, when they make their decision, people can understand where they're coming from. Potentially. Again, I don't know. Calarie says, I vowed not to buy any more PlayStation games. I'll wait for PS Plus to get them as I have it subbed for the next 4 years. Yeah, that's a long subscription, dude. Do you got PS Plus Extra or now? Or just Essentials? Ellis, because Essentials ain't getting those games. You know, unless they're like come out as like PlayStation Plus Classic type thing, which takes a few years. Maybe Steam. Could have been Steam. Could have been EA. You know, EA and Microsoft have a good relationship. Could have been anybody. Really, it could have absolutely been anybody. Yeah, because everybody else is okay with this deal happening besides PlayStation. The one who knows all says, I think someone from Epic came out and said it wasn't them and they will not take a stance. Right on. Yeah, so some may choose to participate in those, or some may not. I don't know. I know that a lot of them were asked to answer questions, and all those Brazilian documents that were made public. It was interesting reading through all of those, and they just were asked straightforward questions like, do you think mobile gaming is a separate category, or is gaming as a whole one thing? Is cloud gaming? And basically all of them said that, hey, this one big gaming industry, right? And they know where everything's going, and the blending of technologies and the blending of the industry is all happening, right? You got streaming taking off, you got the cloud taking off, and you got subscriptions taking off. Apple's number one in subscriptions by far. You have all these different models taking off. You have console games being on mobile now, which that was a huge thing. Do y'all see today that Apple is going to be allowing third-party apps? I don't remember when. I think fairly soon. They're going to be allowing third-party app stores on their phones because of the EU ruling, right? So that's big for what Xbox wants to do because they have to bypass that right now and go through the browser. Artie says, am I actually excited about Activision acquisition for Xbox compared to if Microsoft getting other publishers? Out of the Activision-Blizzard deal, I'm most excited about the Blizzard side of it, to be honest with you. You got a lot of franchises in there that could come back. I'm excited about it as far as Activision goes somewhat as well. They have a lot of properties and IP. They have a lot of studios that I think could be freed up. But with all of these things, I look at like what's the possibility, not as like if they're just going to keep remaining the same, right? I think Bethesda getting acquired allowed new possibilities for Bethesda. I think Double Fine getting acquired allowed new possibilities for Double Fine. You know, all these studios, Compulsion, In Exile, Obsidian, right? We've seen Obsidian already come out and prove the fact that they're able to do more because of this acquisition, right? So I look at this acquisition as what's possible. And the only evidence we can have of that, really, besides what we know they're going to do with mobile, is what Phil said and what he said he was excited the most about. And remember, Phil's in charge, right? Is that he wants to go to the studios and ask them what they want to make. He actually said that. And he was like geeking out over the IPs that they're going to get. Stuff like, I think it was like Hexen and things like that, right? So he even mentioned Guitar Hero. So I look at this as an excitement of possibilities. Personally, like if you're asking me, like, is that the number one publisher you would like Microsoft to go after? I would say no. I mean, there's ones I would find personally more desirable because they have more franchises that I love. That's why I think the Blizzard side is the most interesting to me, gaming wise, right? But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to get those games that I buy now in Game Pass. instead of having to pay for them, for sure. Luis Jose says, well, I'm not surprised the FTC is stubborn. But still the political grandstanding. Yeah, it's a lot of politics. KhAos says premium. You use the glitch to double the time or whatever when it converted. Nice. Yeah, the premium. Sweet. Luis Jose said, yeah, Tim Sweetie said it wasn't them in the document. Okay. Fair enough. It could be anybody. Bought 4 years of PS Plus and 1 month of PS Now, so it converted to premium. Sweet. When Who Knows All says, also, the fact that Nintendo isn't part of the gaming industry in their eyes is hilarious. That's just made up bullshit. You know, they're trying to separate high-end console device as like a whole separate market in the gaming industry, as opposed to the leading console seller, it being the Switch, right? It's absolutely insane. Saying that they only focus on family games and stuff, and like people were looking, and there was like thousands of like mature rated games in their store. Bayonetta won something at the Game Awards, actually funded by Nintendo. You know, it's just a bunch of double standard bullshit. Lewis says, I'm actually happy about this acquisition because of mainly Blizzard, but also Activision, because there's some IPs I love. I would love to come back. I want to know, what's the IPs you love that you want to come back as, like Prototype? You want more Tony Hawk stuff? What is it that you want to see come back? Guitar Hero. Ellis says the world knows gaming is big business, but gaming is us. When politics and the higher ups get involved, it doesn't feel right. I'm so glad I got gaming while it was pure 80s, baby. Yeah, 80s was crazy for gaming. You know, 90s was glorious also. I mean, you just had so many games coming out. It didn't, those games always felt so big, right? And it was like every game was like a AAA. And there was these games, they started pumping them out like every 2 years. I mean, a lot of these big game companies were releasing multiple games the same year, you know? I mean, you look at even back in the 360 era, BioWare, from the Xbox to the Xbox 360 era, BioWare put out Knights of the Old Republic, and not only that, but then they got Obsidian did the sequel, right? So then you also got Mass Effect, an entire trilogy, and then they got Dragon Age 1 and 2. That's insane, right? In like pretty much a little over one generation. I know that if you even want to go back further into the Xbox generation, you also had Jade Empire in there as well. I mean, you look at that compared to now. Okay, the last big BioWare game that came out was Anthem, and before that was Mass Effect Andromeda, or maybe I got those flipped. I don't know, but like, you see what I mean? Like, it was crazy back then. Like, you had so many things coming out. Like Ubisoft, you had all those Ghost Recon games coming out. You had all the Splinter Cell games come out. In the original Xbox generation, you had Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. Then you had Splinter Cell KhAos ThEory. And then also released on the original Xbox was also Double Agent, which also came out on the 360. And then you had 2 more games, which there's a long gap between Double Agent and Conviction, but we still got Conviction. And then we got what was the last one called? Splinter Cell. I can't remember. The one without Michael Ironside. Splinter Cell Blacklist? Is that it? Splinter Cell Blacklist? I can't remember the name. That wasn't my favorite Splinter Cell game. But the amount of games they pumped out that were still like amazing was insane. Now it's like they're all dabbling in different models and trying to figure stuff out, and like takes them like 6-7 years to make one game. What's up, Ray? How's it going? Yeah, BioWare, the studio that got away. Man, BioWare was like the golden child of gaming, right? Like, they were like everything. And my history with BioWare goes even back further to PC. with Neverwinter Nights. That was the first BioWare game I played. Absolutely loved Neverwinter Nights. It was one of my favorite games. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. What's up, Brian? How's it going, dude? He says, yeah, this is Blacklist. Yeah, Blacklist. Okay. It's just the name was slipping my mind for some reason. Just chilling, getting ready for work in the morning. Right on. Yo, what's up, Lemon? How's it going, dude? How are you, man? Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Again, like I said, I was gonna read a few comments and start playing some games. So next comment, you guys are awesome in the chat, giving us lots to talk about. High on Life is probably the funniest games I've played. This is also from Lorne Nail. High on Life is probably the funniest game I've played, all platforms. Conquer was abusive, but High on Life is in a different league. Rude, crude, anything is a go. Yeah, High on Life is nuts, man. I was cracking up playing it. And they actually had the patch already come out. There were some weird frame rate issues yesterday when I was playing. It wasn't killing the enjoyment for me on that game for some reason. Like it had some others, but I hear that it's running at 60 frames. So we'll test that out in a little bit to see how the update landed. I'm going to see actually if my update's installed here. Check for updates. It may have probably already actually auto installed. Yeah, so we're gonna try test out High on Life, and supposedly it's running at a buttery 60 now. So that's amazing. Let's see. Back to FSP comments. Mark G says, I think Microsoft screwed up by making their game $70. Xbox exclusives currently do not have the quality or polish of Sony games. They've literally put themselves under a microscope, and I, as well as many others, will not tolerate mediocre titles coming from them moving forward. I do think that some people's expectations, so GamePassDad says, you're $70. I do think that some people's expectations of the games will go up because they're 70, but I think they are going to be any different. No, I think it's just a hardline stance now that the industry's taking. Microsoft ended up getting on board. I'm not a fan of it at all whatsoever. However, do I think the games are going to be better because of it? No. But also, is that a problem when in 2021 they were the highest rated publisher? So are we really talking about bad quality with Microsoft games? Like, where's that? That's a false narrative. The whole talk about Microsoft doesn't have great games is just complete bullshit narrative, and it's just made up. That's just a made up narrative, to be honest with you. I mean, Forza is the #1 rated racing franchise, and that goes across both Motorsport and Horizon. You had Halo Infinite come out to a lot of praise at launch. Yeah, they had the content issues after launch. That's getting back on track now. And you see now with the custom game browser and all those Forge maps hitting. And then hopefully once March rolls around. And remember, this custom game browser, they actually shadow dropped on us. It wasn't supposed to happen until March. They got something going with Halo Infinite, and you're going to see a big turnaround once these big updates keep happening every few months, I think, this coming year. But yeah, the whole narrative of bad quality with Xbox games. I think Game Pass has changed the model for Xbox, and they aren't pushing games out for the sake of it anymore because they got to get that return on their investment right away. They're pushing those games out when they're ready. You saw delays of Starfield and Redfall. You know, Forza Motorsport, it's been years since we've seen that. It's a brand new engine and stuff. I honestly think their focus is on quality with Xbox, because if they don't have that, then Game Pass loses value. Right? So they got to have the quality behind the games that they're putting in there day one. And they're trying, I think, to make sure that those games are as polished as possible. Will Starfield have bugs? Yes. Right? Every Bethesda big first-person RPG launches with some bugs. But this may be the most polished one we've seen yet. Age of Empires, again, you know, Microsoft Flight Sim. Holy shit, we talking about poor quality? Like, there's no truth to that narrative out there. Will the games be better because of 70? In my opinion, no. But if they keep delivering quality stuff that gets better and even more polished, potentially because they've been delaying stuff, I'm completely happy with that. Not happy with $70 period, but I'm happy with the quality that they've been putting out. They need to focus on content and there's processes when they decide to go specific business models. They got some maybe production issues with how long it takes them to get stuff done, but I can't question the quality of what they've been putting out. Even you look at something like State of Decay 3, right? There's no telling when that game's going to come out, but I think they're giving them way more time. They're growing all these studios, they're investing in technology, all this stuff. They have a big focus on quality, so that's not a concern. Yeah, Age of Empires is going strong, Lewis says. Yeah, and it's coming to console. That's gonna be insane. GamePassDad says, I'm very valuable. You think you should pay $100 per game and we should like it? Yeah, when people are like saying, well, it doesn't matter how much they charge. Yeah, I saw somebody say, like, why don't we charge $1,000? It doesn't affect me. Well, shit, like, you really want them to do that? Is that an actual argument I see some people making? It's like absolutely insane. Garcia asks, what do I think of High on Life? I think it's hilarious. I actually thought the gunplay was pretty solid. I do like the game so far, and I'm excited to play it with its update here in just a little bit. Wilfrey, what's up, Wilfrey? How's it going? Man, you guys rock. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator is such success for niche genre. Yeah, well, not only that, it brings new players to the ecosystem. There's talk like 60, 70-year-old guys getting Xboxes for the first time, getting a Series S or a Xbox Series X, plugging in their TV just to be able to play Flight Sim, right? That has you have certain people that just like to play, oh my God, it's Flight Simulator. They used to play it back in the 80s or 90s, whenever the game originally launched. And they're like, oh my God, new Flight Simulator. And that game is insane. We actually had a really fun streaming that like at launch on the console. And you can actually have a lot of fun with the game. And if people say it's not a game, it's bullshit. It's a game all the way. And Flight Sim keeps getting more and more content. They got like a 10-year content contract, I think, with Asobo. Psycho says High on Life has no chill. Garcia, High on Life already got the update. It was a huge update. Massive update. Day one patch pretty much fixed all the major issues that people had, including the frame rate. Ellis Murderman Foster says, Mav, like I know, Microsoft could put out a perfect game and it would be crapped on by reviewers and so-called gamers, and it's sad and super weird. That's right. People are going to look for holes like when they shot the videos of Halo Infinite's watermelons and compared it to Call of Duty's watermelons. It's like stupid bullshit like that. It's like, you got to look at every game for what it is. And too many people try and compare certain games to other things and stuff. And it's like, when I play a game, I judge it for what it is and what it's trying to be. And if it's fun, and if it catches my attention, if it keeps my attention, and if it's solid performance-wise, beautiful, I mean, all these different aspects play into it, then what's the problem? You know what I mean? Oh, Starfield's gonna be picked apart like crazy, like absolute crazy, dude, for sure. And fun factor, yeah. Well, on FSP we started doing reviews, and we have like different criteria. I have like audio, gameplay, graphics, and replayability, and we try and like focus on that. And I created this weird ass system that actually works, and we're able to like translate it into a score. We've only done a few of those so far, but we'll be doing more and more this next year. Flight Simulator is still a game no matter what the simulator community says. Yeah, Power Wash Simulator was a game also, and it was fucking awesome. Right? I may just be standing there watching shit, but it was great. So still don't know why Grounded didn't get any love at the Game Awards. We can have a big conversation about that. Why did not a lot of games get love and attention at the Game Awards? You know, I respect a lot of the games that were there, but was a little awkward watching that show at times. Yo, Lord Roughness, welcome to the channel, bro. Again, dude, you're amazing as always. Lord Roughness, Sea of Thieves. Yeah, Sea of Thieves could have got nominated for ongoing. You know, you could have Grounded. Could have had my biggest snub, honestly, the Game Awards is Halo Infinite. And the reason I say that is because it exposes the flaw with the Game Awards system and why they don't hold any value in the awards at the Game Awards. Because unless they actually have a format where you count every game released in the year, then it doesn't count. Because I'm sorry, but you're not gonna get, and this happened to Jedi Fallen Order, I think too. You're not gonna get games that come out late November, December, nominated for Game of the Year the following year. Just ain't gonna happen. If it's already moved on, people got all these other games in their mind. They're thinking about all these other things. They're focusing on all the other things, and whether it should have deserved Game of the Year or not, that's a different category. You're in a nomination for it, but to not even be nominated for score or any of these other things, any of them, period, point blank, any category. The problem is it's a fucking mental thing. Nobody's thinking about it. It's just got these ballots and people's thinking about the games that came out this year. Halo Infinite didn't come out this year. Ain't no one gonna fucking vote for Halo Infinite for anything. Especially after the year they had of such lack content. That was a 2021 game. But it's eligible in 2022. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Period. Point blank. You're always going to have late November and December games get left out, except for specific genre categories where you could potentially have like racing games where they're trying to find 5 candidates. You're trying to find 5 candidates for like fighting games. They'll dig back and do whatever they got to do to fill in those gaps. But for big categories, you're not gonna go and like have to hunt too hard to find like 5 games that had good music or 5 games that had best direction. Any of that shit. Halo Infinite was my biggest snub because when it launched to critical acclaim. It actually won Game of the Year at a couple different gaming publications, big time gaming media publications last year. So why is it not nominated for anything when it wasn't eligible last year at the Game Awards for not one thing? Is it because of the content drought the following year? That you got a problem. You got a problem with mindshare and how the awards are calculated. Campaign was pretty awesome to a lot of people. Lord Roughness says, "Hey, Mav, is it only me that wants Xbox to pull out of their ABK deal and spend their money on getting their games out?" I don't think spending more money is going to help them get their games out any faster. Honestly, I mean, they've already been investing a lot and growing a lot of the studios. I think it's just talent and, trying to get all these damn big games and all these studios that they've had to build up to be able to get them out. Like, I honestly feel like if they didn't do the ABK deal, like I would want them to invest in more publishers and other studios to get more content into Game Pass. A lot of the game, I mean, it's been a long wait, right? So I get your sentiment, but the most frustrating thing for the ABK deal for me isn't the fact that, these games aren't coming out, because I think that would happen anyway. It's been because of the lack of news for anything. And a lot of people saying that it's because, they can't show strength because of the FTC and all this stuff and the CMA EU. They can't show their strengths. They can't show their strengths. Hence maybe why they were a no-show at the Game Awards. All this talk. That's the most annoying thing, because guess what? I want to cover and talk about Xbox games, and they're not giving us a lot of stuff to talk about. Right? Like, I want to talk about that shit. Artie says Xbox game is just different than PlayStation. To be honest with you, the only game Xbox game that feels grand to me was Gears of War series. It did not have original Xbox, so never really play early Halos. Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, there's different genres, right? I mean, trust me, Starfield will feel grand. That game will feel epic. That game will feel massive. Avowed will feel that way as well. Hellblade 2 will feel that way as well. Fables were always big, massive games for Xbox. You know, I think, you know, you're looking at specific category based type games and stuff. And if you're just focusing on the Halos of late, you know, I can maybe see that. But Halo campaign was pretty damn grand, also. You know what I mean? So, but people don't look at shooters as this top tier type genre for some reason. You know, I think it's because it's gotten relegated to like a subcategory. If for some reason, unless it's a third person action adventure game, it's not held to the, it's below standard now to a lot of people. I don't get that. You really want to look at it back in the day, the racing games, fighting games were like the two of the most popular genres. You had RPGs as well, and you had all these other stuff, but people weren't like those games. The racing games and fighting games and stuff could win games of the year, like awards and stuff like that. Like, they're like everything's relegated to like subgenre, niche categories now, and even shooters at this point. Like Call of Duty doesn't win shit anywhere hardly. It's one of the biggest, like highest production value things out there, period. Nobody even considers it for anything with awards and stuff like that. You know, it's like it has to be cinematic. It has to be third person, action adventure, or it doesn't feel epic, right? Gaming is more about variety to me, and that's my actual, if I'm being honest, the reason I am more like one of the reasons I'm more interested in Xbox than PlayStation is because a lot of the first party content on PlayStation is the same thing to me. It's like, and I'm not as big into that genre. And for me, those games don't do the same thing that like a Red Dead Redemption does, right? I feel like Red Dead Redemption's story is like bigger, grander. There's more detail in it. You have the whole world to explore. You have all this stuff. And it still gets across that same epic story and gameplay and all these different things. But it also brings a lot more fun to the table too, with random things happening and all that kind of stuff. Like, so it's like I almost feel like I get bored when I play some of those games. Like with the exception of Uncharted and Ghost of Tsushima. I love those games. But I get bored playing God of War. I get bored playing Last of Us. You know, I just don't get into them. Right. And I think I want PlayStation to have more of that variety that Xbox has, to be honest with you. Because guess what? Back in the day, they did. Back in the day, you think about PS1 and PS2, even PS3, really, they had, even though a lot of the exclusives flopped on PS3, you had way more variety. I would actually rather play an Infamous game than some of these other games they have. Or I mean, that I do like Spider-Man games, but now we're going to be on our third iteration of the same game again, probably with Spider-Man 2. So it's like I'm not complaining about it too much, but I miss, you remember back in the PS2 days, like, oh my god, there was like, you get Twisted Metal and the God of War back then was way different, you know, in PS3 era and all that stuff too. You had so much variety with the stuff that they made. You know, you had like Resistance came out and they had Killzone. Yeah, they did better with some things. They had SOCOM. They tried to do that mag thing. I liked when PlayStation was trying all these different things and they had all these different genres out there. You had like all these different fighting games, and you had PlayStation make more, try and do different racing franchises. They even had like their own brawler. They came out at like PlayStation All Stars or something like that at one point. I miss that PlayStation, to be honest with you. I think they hit it so big with in the early PS4 and late PS3 generation with those cinematic experiences that they just went all in on it. They just went all in on it and forgot about everything else first party wise. They got the template, they're sticking to that template, and you have a lot of the media like sucked into that because they like the cinematic feel of it, you know. Um I like playing games for fun, man. You know, a lot of my favorite games are like multiplayer games and stuff. And I don't need everything to be that. I do like those experiences, you know what I mean? But like I don't want everything to be that. Yeah, where's your kill zone? You're right on. Lord Roughness says, I'm coming from the concessions debate. 70 billion for 100% exclusivity sounds amazing. But everything being worse than staying the same, COD going on PS Plus just don't seem worth the hassle. Yeah, I mean, I think there's more to gain. For me, I don't really care about gamers getting those games in PS Plus. And for me, that's good for the industry. For me, that is good for PlayStation gamers. I don't need a win there. Like, I'm not tally marking Xbox wins versus PlayStation wins and all this stuff. And I get maybe if you're looking at it from Xbox's perspective, but you got to look at Xbox's perspective. This is way bigger than just those games and exclusivity rights on them. And you really think about people are shopping value. Like, let's say that Call of Duty is in PS Plus and Game Pass, right? And let's say that Diablo is in both. And let's say that, who knows what else? You know, StarCraft eventually comes out and it's on everything as well. And like for me, like if PlayStation gamers get that in PS Plus, I'm cool. That's awesome. You know what I mean? I think you still, at the end of the day, I get those games in Game Pass, which is the subscription that I choose to participate in because I think it has better value across the board. But when you're having people shop for subscription services at that point, you got to really think about this, right? Like when you have people at this point, they're not just comparing boxes and exclusive games anymore. At that point, they're shopping subscription service value. And you look at what Xbox has got to offer coming up with all those games coming out day one. Man, Xbox subscription service kills PlayStation's. And not only that, but you also add in all the mobile stuff and the PC aspects to it too. All those games on PC Game Pass and everything as well. In the cloud, you get to play those games in the cloud. Also, remember, game ownership's coming to cloud also supposedly next year. Like all these factors about reasons to get an Xbox or reason to invest in the Xbox ecosystem start shining through more when those games are in Game Pass. And if PlayStation isn't putting their first party in their service, that's still way diminished value. Now, if you have the people that just love PlayStation, want to stay on PlayStation, and they end up doing that, that's cool. But there's still also no guarantee that Sony will pony up the money to put them there, even if they're offered, right? So I don't care. Like, I don't really care if like other people get to play the games, right? For me, it's not a win for me. It doesn't do anything for me. I just like to know how it's affecting me and affecting the consumers, right? Overall. And if it's a good value, it's a good value. I think it'll be a good value. So Ellis Murderman Foster says, Mav, why ain't PlayStation games forced and begged to be on Xbox by the higher ups? That's what I called Christopher Dring out on his post. I was wondering, like, why not the same sentiment when these games go exclusive or exclusive content brought to, you know, like the Hogwarts, like I said, like the Hogwarts Legacy DLC shit and stuff like that. Like, why is that not frowned upon? It's just dumb, you know. If you're going to like criticize Xbox or criticize a post somebody made saying more, hey, people should consider looking into Xbox because they're acquiring more things and putting more content into their services. You're gonna come after somebody and say that, well, they seem like they're not looking out for the little guy or the people that can only afford one platform. I mean, what about PlayStation? You got to call it out across the board. You got to keep the same energy. There's a bias out there. You have the same headphones, HyperXs. Dude, I've had these things. I have a headset graveyard that has probably like 20 headsets in it. I am not even kidding. There are so many fucking headsets in that box. Astros, Turtle Beaches, the Plantronics one they had, they like the Elite 800Xs or whatever. Dude, I have like so many fucking headsets in this box. Steel Series. But these, I've had these since before I started the channel 2.5 years ago. I've had these since I started the channel over 2.5 years ago. I have not had one problem. Not one problem. And it's a wired headphone with a wire that doesn't even disconnect. Not one problem. So I'm a HyperX. HyperX, come sponsor this channel. Yeah, why not? Let's go. Yeah, I'm a big fan of HyperX. Other thing I gotta shout out when we're talking about products, Razer. Everybody uses Elgato capture cards and stuff. Since I started this channel, I've had the same capture card, Razer Ripsaw HD. I've had zero problems the entire time. And my wife has Razer headphones also, and she loves those too. So, like, I got to give a shout out to Razer for the Razer Ripsaw HD that I bought, and also to this, because I like when you buy stuff and you don't have problems with it for years. Yeah, appreciate you, Lord. They have 4568 says I can answer that. It's because Xbox gamers don't matter to the gaming industry. You're right. I actually believe that. For the most part, I believe that. I think they see Xbox as like some like second tier like experiment from Microsoft, and they don't really consider them in the same league as Nintendo and PlayStation. Microsoft's trying to change that. DeathLord says, like I said before, I hate Sony as a company, but the dev teams that make those bangers I praise. Without those dev teams, Sony wouldn't have a PlayStation console. Yeah. Yeah, they have some amazing developers. And when I criticize the games that they have, I'm not criticizing the quality or what they are. I think they're amazing. Like they're well made. They're like stand out. I was like, holy shit, these look amazing. I just want more variety, and that comes from PlayStation's decisions on what they're going to fund for those devs to make. And I would like to see those devs be freed up to make other things. Which Sony's going to live service stuff now. You know, you see like Naughty Dog working on Last of Us faction stuff and things like this. So we're gonna see a different Sony going forward. But I don't know when they're gonna get there. Silence says you've had a Razer Kishi since it launched and it's still going strong after a ton of cloud gaming abuse. Yeah, dude, I have one too. I love it. I love my Kishi. Midnight Suns plays awesome on the Kishi. I've been playing Vampire Survivors. I've been playing NBA 2K23 on my Kishi. One of my favorite devices. I got it on sale at like Best Buy over a year ago. No issues. Sometimes I play on that over my Steam Deck. Actually, most of the time I still play on that over the Steam Deck. Because guess what? For some reason, like the games that I own, I can console stream. And I can only do like the game. I've only gotten the Game Pass like app running on Steam Deck. And the cloud so far hasn't been as good on that as it is on my Kishi when I'm doing console streaming within the house. Right? So what I'll do is I'll be hanging out in bed with my Kishi and my phone, and I'll play games off my console. Right? Yeah, RSJ fan says the Xbox went over with Game Pass and the fact that they listen to their consumer base. They also did a disabilities month that I greatly enjoyed. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, they definitely are more with the accessibility and gaming for everyone mantra. They kind of lead the way with that stuff as well. They not everything they do I agree with. Like again, the $70 thing I think is a mistake, but you know, overall, you still got to give them more props for the consumer than most companies, especially with their entry point prices as well for Game Pass and the consoles and whatever. Oh, that's a great question, Lord Roughness. Says, so honestly, Mav, will all these Xbox games come out 2023? To be honest, this is kind of one of the things I was wanting to talk about a little bit. 2023. I know I said I was gonna be playing a game. I just got caught up in conversation, guys. I'm sorry. But y'all guys are killing it in the chat, giving us lots to talk about. So appreciate you. 2023 is absolutely crazy. Yes, I think that Redfall, Starfield, and Forza will come out. And I think that in that order. Redfall will be first, then Starfield, and then Forza. Do I think they're all guaranteed to hit that first 6 months like Xbox told us? Because remember, E3 was like, in the next 12 months. I don't think it's a guarantee that's going to happen. I think if anything gets pushed out later, it's probably Forza. I think Starfield's close to ready to go. I think that maybe they're still putting final polishes and stuff like that. I think that Redfall is ready to go as well. Forza, they're supposedly not supposed to start polishing until January. I don't know how that works with them and how long it takes them to polish those games up and stuff like that. Say 5 months. Sounds fair. That still hits in June, right? It's a racing game. So it's not like you're polishing a whole world. You know, I don't know if they're converting it, moving a lot of cars over and all that kind of stuff too. It's interesting. I don't know what's all involved with that, right? I would imagine a lot of that's like tracks and just engine stuff and getting rid of bugs and make sure the shadowing and lighting and reflections and everything are top notch, optimized for frame rate and resolution and all that. So I think Forza could still hit June, but if the one's going to be pushed back, it'd probably be that one, but not too much. And the question is there another game for 2023 from first party? There's a couple games we could look at. Avowed could be ready. Obsidian's just cranks shit out like none other, right? You could say that maybe Compulsion's game could be ready. Remember, like Phil and everybody talked like 2 years ago about how amazed they were with what Compulsion was making, right? You could say Hellblade 2 could be for fall or holiday 2023 as well. We've seen that game more than any of the other games in development. So there's a possibility there. I'd like to throw at one that's not technically first party developed, but it's first party published. It's a Microsoft Xbox Game Studio published. It's being made by Avalanche, and that's Contraband. Maybe that was supposed to be 2022 and maybe got pushed a year, right? So that could be potentially holiday or fall 2023 as well. But besides that, I think we know more first party wise what's supposed to be hitting next year because it was all supposed to be 2022. Let's be honest. For Xbox, so 2023 is looking strong, right? But besides that, oh my god, it doesn't even matter because holy shit, how are we going to find the time to play games in 2023? I mean, it's insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, we will walk even just at the Game Awards, even more was announced. At Gamescom, more was announced. At E3, more was announced. It's like every big game that was supposed to happen between 2021 and 2022 is happening in 2023. And a lot of it in the first half. I mean, you got Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6. Then you have fucking Hogwarts Legacy. You got a Dead Space. These are just a few, right? And you look at it, Diablo 4, Spider-Man 2 from Sony, you got Zelda from Nintendo. But you look at it and you're like, compared to 2021 and 2022, the amount of big AAAs was a little down from third party. But if you take 2023 and just look at it from their perspective, there's like way more content in 2023 than both 2021 and 2022 combined. So It's nuts. Indiana Jones, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but the 2023 list is bananas. I mean, Ed Boon's game from NetherRealm. He's hinted on Twitter the other day. Ed Boon did. He said, I can't answer that 2023, jokingly. Their next game, Ed Boon is suggesting that will be 2023. So you have potentially a year where Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, and NetherRealm's new fighting game comes out in the same damn year. I mean, just for fighting game fans, that's like the Triple Crown. You know what I mean? Like, it's not supposed to be Mortal Kombat. I don't think it's supposed to be a new franchise, a new game, something different. He says. So I don't know. It's interesting, but besides, I mean, you got RPGs. Maybe Stalker 2 ends up happening and actually coming out. You got games like Atomic Heart as well. But like Diablo 4 in itself is huge. It's absolutely bananas. So do I think there's surprises from Xbox as well? Maybe so. Calarie asked a good question. Do you think there are any first party games coming out in the next 3 years that we don't know is being worked on? Or due to leakers like Jez and Jeff Grubb, do we know about everything? Xbox is really bad about letting their stuff get out. And some of these things may end up getting canceled, right? But they also at times do a good job of only suggesting things. I've actually been keeping a list that's outdated right now because I haven't gone back and updated it for a while. But we know ZeniMax Online's working on a new game that could get announced at some point. I will say that E3 next year, I anticipate being the best Xbox E3 ever. Because at that point, really, we should have had Redfall, Starfield, and maybe even at least a release date for Forza Motorsport, right? Unless Forza Motorsport gets its release date at E3. Besides that, they got a lot of stuff to talk about. They could, you could look at Indiana Jones. You got Elder Scrolls 6. If Starfield comes out, maybe they go ahead and start teasing Elder Scrolls 6 a little bit more, right? Because that'll be probably another 3 or 4 years out. But they didn't hold back on starting that Starfield hype years ago. You got Fable, you got Everwild. I think Fable's a couple years away still, maybe 2024, 2025. Project Mara saying in the chat, Avowed, Outer Worlds 2 is something they could talk about at some point. Perfect Dark, Gears 6, the Coalition's other game. But then where it gets more interesting is State of Decay 3. Where it gets more interesting is when you start looking at all the rumored games, like the IO Interactive game, Project Dragon, Certain Affinities game that they're supposed to be working on, the Monster Hunter clone type game for Xbox. Those are the ones that like the leaks are there. You also have the Wu-Tang Clan game. There's a lot of stuff that got leaked, but there's stuff that happens like that every year. So there's been surprises from Xbox still. And I think there will be surprises still. But I don't know what's all is going to happen, Yeah, Diablo 4 is looking amazing already. Yeah, I mean, there's like 40 something projects in the works. Between the studios and some of the third party deals they have with Game Studios Publishing. So it's only going to get bigger and better. Aaron Greenberg's been hyping up 2023, quite a bit. So Pentiment was one of those projects that was rumored and that did come out, So we'll see. We'll see we'll see what they got up their sleeve. I think we know more about what Xbox has coming than we do PlayStation. And even then we do Nintendo. So that's good, right? That's good. Next year I think is all about proof of life. next year, I feel like next year you got to put the proof in the pudding. You got to start showing more of these things, showing more of these games, right? That have been radio silent. Because you can't announce something and go 3.5 years without showing it. Like you can't announce, like remember those 5 games they all showcased in like 2020 or 2019, and haven't seen them again since. I think that maybe we'll start seeing some of that stuff. Has Xbox got a show in January? Whew. I don't know if January. I think in the first. I think either January or February. I'm hoping for January. What kind of show will it be? I don't know. But they got to get the release dates out. I think Redfall may be early 2023. So it's insane. At 2023, like, man, we're going to be so busy with big AAA games. It's going to be nuts. Yeah, Wolong, it's another one, Artie. Yeah, Lies of P also, right? That's another one. That's Game Pass day 1 next year. Replaced. Game Pass day 1 next year. It's insane. It's bananas. 2023's like I honestly I think Xbox is going to dominate the gaming conversation in 2023 and the landscape of gaming in 2023. I think 2023 is the year where they like show out and they show full force. And I've seen a lot of talk about, well, the regulators and all that kind of stuff. Can they and all that? I don't know. I mean, a lot of these they've already acquired and they've invested in the games and studios. They got to start getting the content out. They've got to start putting money. They got to start putting their, showing us that proof of life, right? These games that have been in the works for so long, the games that people start to have questions about, and all of that, right? I think we're gonna start to see them at some point. So they better put out all the stops. Sub Jesse B, sub Dion Hayes, MLB 23 in April. Yeah, man, that's been such an amazing thing in Game Pass, hasn't it? MLB. You think the silence on release dates means delays to Sousa? I don't think so. And if so, still next year. I think still next year. If they get pushed back a couple months each, that's not a huge deal at the end of the day. I hope they stick with what they said with the next 12 months, because if not, then it makes that whole showcase bullshit. It makes that whole coming to Xbox within the next 12 months. It makes that whole thing bullshit. So I think they got to try and stick to that as much as possible. The games ain't ready. They ain't ready. But they should have thought about that before claiming the next 12 months thing. Maybe they should have said the next in 2023, right? Or something else, right? Sousa says, I just saw a tweet about hiring concept artists for Fable. That seems odd. Hasn't that game been in development for a while now? I think they're still, and I think that game's in heavy production. Heavy production. And when they're still building environments and stuff like that, I think, and you got to think about is Fable going to be a game that lives on for a long time? Or I think they're always looking to hire people that are going to be on the team. So it doesn't strike me as odd. These companies have hundreds of employees that have specific things that they do, and concept artists are always on the staff at these studios. So no, it doesn't surprise me at all. Data says the games may move around due to so many other games being delayed into 2023. Yeah. Alvin says we didn't know Ragnarok date until 6 weeks out. Companies are just more scared to announce dates far off. I agree with that also. But how far off is it if you're like January, February, or March release date at this point? I think we'll get 1 or 2 release dates in January or February. I think we'll get Starfield and we'll get Redfall release date at the next thing they have. We'll see. I could be wrong. I mean, I've been wrong plenty. You want avowed news? You feel like it's way off? Yeah. I don't know how Obsidian's like pretty damn good, you know. One thing you hear a lot though that is interesting, you see from Xbox Studios is like, hey, they submitted a new vertical slice and are kind of changing the direction of game. So I get sick of hearing that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, come up with like Everwild. What is it? Where is it? Like, figure out what you want to do and have the creative team behind it to build it and get it out. What they eventually usually come out with is solid. But man, it's like change the direction here. We're changing this, we're changing that. It's like we have a new idea for this game. Like, come on, just fucking release it. And Ubisoft is guilty of this too. Ubisoft, like, Ubisoft is the worst. I mean, Beyond Good and Evil 2 and Skull and Bones are just absolute jokes in the industry. Insane. But I think sometimes Microsoft, one of their biggest things they have is they second guess themselves too much and actually do try at times too hard instead of stick with the original vision. And it's like they have all these, it comes across to me that they have like all these checks and balances in place and that everything has to meet. And if things aren't like meeting that, then like they have to go back and like work and reassess and things like that. And it's like, sometimes game development seems like it's messy, but a lot of stories you hear from some of the best games ever was like it was a shit show until like the last month, right? So I don't know. I think sometimes they maybe overreact the shit show process. Does that make sense? You're more interested in compositions game, even compulsions game, Garcia? Yeah, compulsions game could be pretty good. Xbox seems excited about it, but that's them talking. Obviously, they should be excited about it. Hey, let's check out this 60 frames update for High on Life. We'll still talk about gaming stuff, but I am actually anxious to try this out. So let's switch gears here. Yesterday, there was noticeable camera shake when I was moving the camera around, when I was walking around, when I was looking. So we'll see if it's any better today. I was having a lot of fun with this game. It's funny as hell. They did release a warning, though. There is nudity on the movies that they have in the game. So they're saying, if you're streaming, watch out for that stuff because you could get banned. It is fixed, Psycho. Nice. This game is fun, but the AI is stupid. Whew. Oh yeah, that's way better already. Holy shit. They fixed it. It makes me wonder, like, sometimes with the decisions on making a game go public versus when the patch is out and like review copies, right? Like, is this version now with all the updates the same version that the reviewers got?
It is so fucking dangerous out here with this fucking weather. You never know what kind of shit's gonna fly into your face with the wind and the sand, but we should be able to make it to Dregtown if we just, trudge through it.
Because day one patches, I think, affect review scores a lot. Because reviewers get the game ahead of time, and I think a lot of times they don't have that patch. Oh, I remember Ryan McCaffrey was saying he played it like a while back, and, it ran like shit, but like it was a good game. You're on the same level right now? Right on. It would be nice if games got reviewed after the day one patch, because there's like almost always a day one patch. Because I would imagine some of the reviews talked about some performance stuff.
Look at them go. They eat up broken ship parts.
Not that I actually read any of them.
I have no idea. I'm not about to give it a taste
But based on what I played yesterday, if that's what they got, I would have written that in the review. Get off my nuts, man. What's that? Enemy variety. That's nice. Yeah, I agree with that, Wilfrey. The thing is, like, once these games go gold and stuff, like, they still work on them, right? And there's patches and patches of patches to ask for games that are not going to be updated and bugs fixed anymore is like a lost reality, right? And it's just we're not living in that world anymore, you know. If they actually release a game that doesn't get any patches or updates, that's completely complete and everything again, like, I'll say cool, you know, that's amazing. But most games get updated sometimes way later. I would rather have it day one, you know, if there's content that they can update and work on. And you know, these games a lot of times get better and better for years after they release. You know what I mean? Like, you can even look at stuff like Witcher 3 is a free next gen update. I mean, I'm kind of glad with that stuff, right? But now that the G3 set up shop, it's even worse. I just have a certain level of expectation based on how big these games are these days. You know what I mean? I'm not saying release game's broken, but if you have a patch that releases on day one, then that's pretty good timing. You know, I think it should be there before the game goes live. That way everybody gets it and doesn't have a bad experience right when they first play. Callisto Protocol had a similar situation. Yeah, the game came out early. Weird. Yeah, that's why I was talking about, like, and it's not like they said, oh shit, the game's out, we need to fix it real fast and get it fixed. No, those were bugs and stuff they knew that were going to be there that they already had been working on for a long time, that just updated the build of the game for release, right? That's what a day one patch really is. It's not like a reaction. Sometimes there is, but most of these games that have these day one patches, it's like because just stuff that's been in development still, and they wanted it there for gamers when it releases, when the game releases. And the alternate reality, all the content would be on disk, and we'd download a file, and it would just be complete and no updates, right? But that's just not the world we live in.
Hey, you know, I'm sure this goes without saying, but you know, that green stuff is toxic and will hurt you, so don't go in.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I agree. But that's a different situation. A day one patch is not the same situation as a game releasing broken, right? The issue with this game is the update should have been there before the game went live.
Big desert adventure, you know, it's a bounty hunter's way. You know, how you liking it?
Yeah, these things are fun to shoot.
I don't want to be pushy or anything, but maybe try my glob shot every now and again, you know?
Yeah. All right. I didn't get the word. Not yet. Was I supposed to get the frog gun? Yeah, Callisto Protocol, they had the wrong patch.
All right, I can see Old Town. It's just across this bridge.
What?
Support beams. Whoa, you just killed my fucking... You killed all the weird construction guys. You know, we're free to move along now like we were before we killed them.
I just assumed. Is this guy shocked to death? It's like they're like froze. What the hell happened? That's a bug, I think. No, I didn't stab the bounty hunter guy in the house. I didn't. I only did the first bounty, and this bounty I did is the space helmet looking guy. Where am I supposed to go? How the hell am I supposed to get over there? Find a path across the gorge. Oh, okay, here we go. You got an achievement for it? Nice. Yeah, I should have done that. Man, I can't say how much better this is with the patch though. I mean, it is a different experience. And people tell me frame rates don't matter. Frame rates matter big time. I was still enjoying the game yesterday, but man, it's on another level now.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, I forgot I got that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck.
Okay, yeah, I can help with this.
Oops.
Oh my God, you messed that up. Come on, you just gotta bounce it off the wall.
Oh, okay.
Hey, nice work. You know, it wasn't a hard thing, but nice work.
This cocky asshole gun talking shit.
All right, Old Town. We just move through this place and we'll get to Douglas.
Hey, you whippersnappers looking to get into Old Town?
Old
We should talk to
Town.
this guy. I calls him like I sees him. He seems helpful.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Howdy there, partner. Welcome to Old Town.
Welcome to
Call me
Old Town.
Wet Grundy. How can I help you?
Why do they call you Old Wet Grundy?
Why do they call you Old Wet Grundy?
It's 'cause I'm old and I piss myself every day. I'm doing it right now.
You're pissing yourself while you're talking to us?
That's gross.
Oh, yeah. Big time. It's still going. Ooh, this is a good one.
All right.
Hey, do you happen to know where we can find a guy named Douglas?
Douglas? The G3 fella? Oh, he's a rough one.
You like the 80s music vibe?
Drink as much
Nice.
as him. Why, just last night,
Oh yeah, I need to download the Witcher update.
The G3 don't like that none, and I don't like them.
I just chose the third bounty instead of the second one.
I'm sure you'll find them.
Yeah, this is the third. This is my first one. It said I could choose whichever one, Jasper, and I liked the look of the space helmet guy more.
So, well, you know, tell us what is this place?
Did I make a mistake?
I told you it's called Old Town. Back when settlers first landed on this asteroid, we formed a little trading post free from galactic law, where anyone could come and do as they please. Nowadays, Dredgetown steals all the thunder, but for a few years there, Old Town was nothing to sneeze at.
All right, so Old Town is the old town, and Dregtown is the new one.
Old Town has heart, used to serve a real purpose for the people. Dregtown is just a pit of debauchery and drugs. The concerned G3 cartel.
Interesting. So here, something that I just saw, guys. Shout out to Pong for sharing this. So there's some speculation happening right now. I'm going to switch to different screen. about Xbox and the marketing and what they're doing for 2023. I don't know, but Pong probably wouldn't mind if I share this, I'm sure. So Jasper, you saw this too, right? And you shared this, Jasper. You shared it. So this studio, there's a guy on Twitter, Todd Commons, has spent the day with the team at our recently completed Xbox studio. Really excited about we're going to be able to accomplish in this facility. Still has that new car smell. And then Jez responded with a wink face, and rumors are it's a video production studio. Then Pong's leading to the speculation about maybe like, you know, Nintendo Direct style marketing events, potentially. I don't know. What would you guys think about that? What if Xbox had Nintendo like style directs? I'm sorry, Jasper. I thought Pong shared it. Yeah, I switched it up. I gave you credit, man. What do y'all think? Like they're gonna switch to Nintendo Direct style events, kind of like Sony's State of Plays are kind of like that now too. And what does new Xbox Studio mean? Is that like a in-house studio where you host live events, or is it a studio where you just create content? I think it's gonna be an interesting year next year, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I've been calling for that. I think they need to do it on top of E3. I don't want them to get rid of E3 like PlayStation did, but they have so much in the works that like it would just make sense. Also, it leads me to wonder what some people know that we're friends with that have been hinting that just wait, you know. We'll see. Maybe they're going big on this.
I couldn't talk at all. Can you imagine that?
Interesting.
Not talking? That's my whole thing. I won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Jez has been hinting.
The whole time just use me like a weapon, but I saw everything. I heard everything. All the evil, all the bullshit. Until that fucking guy got shot and I hit the pavement on your planet and the fucking shit popped out halfway.
Maybe why they
halfway, not all the way.
Skip the video game awards. They're so excited about what they're doing. Maybe. I don't know. One could hope. One could hope, right? One could hope. Sounds like a movie TV studio. Yeah, Psycho. Like a whole team that who is that guy? What's his title? Does he have a title? Does he work at Xbox, or does he work for a third-party production company? Do you have any more info on that, Jasper or Psycho?
And how do we get to Dregtown? It's been a little bit for me.
Oh, that's easy. You just go through this gate.
Major Nelson was hinting also. Works for the marketing team at Xbox. Okay. Oh, that's all I had to do? Oh, fuck you. Okay, they have red cursors, so. Oh, he's naked now. Let's go. These guys are weird, man, because like their skin melts off or something. I don't. Is that fur? That sludge? I do like the shooting mechanics in this. I gotta say.
It's just like a real old west shootout. You know, pretty cool, huh? It's diverse. We got a diverse palette of things going on here.
You don't need another year of that stupid Xbox TV ads.
Who would have fucking thought, you fucking bitch? You
Oh man,
stupid bitch. I'm sorry. You know, listen,
I love this gun. He talks like I do.
shooting ligaments. Okay, I think that
Town's past here. I just stand.
Stupid bitch. Right. I don't think it's like a TV show. Nothing like that. Yeah, we need games with comedy for sure. Some games are too damn serious.
Hey, I can't let anyone in right now. There's too many recruits causing trouble in town. I get in trouble when that happens, so I'm gonna
We can hope so, Ray.
or get killed. Wink, wink.
Are you telling us to kill them?
Whoa, I didn't say that.
They're gonna do those Samsung TV ads a lot because they have a deal with Samsung.
Go kill him and I'll.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's part of it, you know, marketing it, and that it markets the Samsung TVs also. You know what I mean? I think that's a whole big part of the deal with Samsung. Clean up East Side? Where do I need to go? Okay. I still am not a fan of their waypoint system on here.
Yeah, shoot it. Shoot the can. Fucking blam.
Oof, more drunk recruits.
That's a stinger. That's a stinger.
Another wave? Are you kidding me?
So it's a studio similar to the Kind of Funny Game studio. Interesting. They can bring devs in, film interviews and stuff, as well as do live broadcast streams from there. Okay. You know, I've seen that they already had a studio for that kind of stuff because I've seen them use it before. But maybe this is just new and updated, or
Let's glob 'em.
interesting.
That's for destroying. You know what? I just have a weird.
Maybe they're gonna have like a whole Xbox News channel
Causing trouble, you know, somewhere around town.
and have it like implemented on the like dashboard of the Xbox.
Hey, well, don't shoot the hook bug. That's probably somebody's pet.
It would just constant like feed updates of the games and like a weekly you know, they do with like Inside Xbox and stuff, but like this is beyond another level. And who's gonna be sitting in the chair? Is it gonna be Larry Herb? Larry Herb's Xbox Live Major Nelson here to you live, bringing you all the greatest Xbox content. Is it gonna be Larry
Ooh, what is it?
hosting everything? Or are they gonna bring in like other people, or maybe hire Paris or somebody like that? Oh, you're guessing? Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Like, what if it was like some kind of like newscast type style studio, right? I mean, yeah, studio, and they had like weekly content. They brought in guests, and they had new trailers showcased there once in a while, and it'd be interesting. No, this game is not open world. It's kind of like hub and mission based. Fuck you.
Fuck a duck.
Yeah, all the big podcast stars are bringing to film shows. Yeah. Like, the thing is, like, most of those podcasts are from like big games media. So I don't know, you could have like Ryan visit, or, you know, you could have like a Danny Pena there who's not part of big games media now. He was kind of part of X-Play for a little while, but that didn't last very long, did it? Paris would be an obvious choice. What's up, Talos? How's it going? Larry does do This Week on Xbox every week. Yeah, he's talking about more like what's releasing and what's on sale and that kind of stuff, you know.
Take out the trash. Oof, I got too confident. I don't know.
Maybe he'll do it from a desk, like as a news anchor. Shout out to Larry. He's been there for forever, man.
If only they were all this week, you know?
Crazy.
When I'm done with you, you're gonna be raw bone.
What's up, Tony Grasso? How's it going?
A little bit, you know?
Oh, I say fuck a duck all the time, man.
Quite a team we are. Anyways,
Fuck a duck. Yeah, I say that shit too.
Let's poke our way into Dregtown now. Let's go to Dregtown.
Thank you so much for saving me. Oh my god, thank you. But you know what? I kinda...
The combat in this reminds me of that, fuck. Who's the developer? Who's the developer that made, oh yeah, the same developer that made, God, I can't even think of that fucking game now. Anyway, I remember the original game I'm thinking of, and I can't remember the name of the developer, and I can't remember the name of the other game I was thinking about, but Bulletstorm. The combat in this, a lot of it reminds me of Bulletstorm.
The town's all cleaned up. I keep tab. I don't know how many times I've told the recruits, not very rude of you to just breeze past me like that, but I get it. I'm just a gate guard. Who cares about me?
Hey, have fun in Dregtown. Be careful. A lot of G3 guys down there, and they're a bit trigger happy.
Okay. People can fly. Yes, thank you. Thanks, Jasper.
My name's Douglas, the G3 chief of training and torture.
Yeah, because you had a lot of the like make people fly and shoot them and stuff in that, and you also had your thing where you could zip around and shit.
That's how you know we're in the right spot.
This maybe take some inspiration from that. How about Miles? You'd love to see Miles host? Yeah, Miles would be good.
Okay, Douglas again. This ad is about the torture.
How about Pong Soul? I vote Pong.
Dylan is part of the Mothers Against Violence treaty, so no violence allowed here. Take care.
Mothers Against Violence. Oof, well, that falls in our favor, huh? We're not gonna have to worry about any trouble in this area.
Lord Cognito would be fantastic also.
G3-run city looks like.
Yeah, I'm excited to join the G3, but... Oh yeah, I had mine killed before I left, so I wouldn't feel bad. So like I was saying, my brother told me Douglas is really into torture.
Hey, fellas.
Does it matter?
Whoa.
It needs to be sexual. Why are you telling me this?
What?
I barely know you. Oh, my bad. Yeah, just sort of spilled out. Well, now you know. Do with it what you will. I'm not doing anything with it.
Hi. Oh, that's an ugly motherfucker. What is that on your arm? Oh, is that your gun? This guy looks depressed.
Hey, watch where you're going.
Everybody's voices are so hilarious in this. What's up, Perrin? How's it going? Good morning. Yeah, Jasper could be something like that. Makes sense. This says could be more like their Age of Empires stream where they had a random Twitch stream host. Oh, what are these? These are interesting.
I hate the G3 like everyone else, sure, but hey, if the G3 wasn't here, who the hell would be buying my sounding rods?
Sounding rods?
Yeah, it's a little metal rod you stick up your urethra. If you got one, it's the family business. We sell
What?
sticks you shove up dick holes. You think you're better than me? Well, you are. You 100% are better than me.
You shove those up dick holes?
All my sounding rods. So fuck off.
Okay, all right then.
Hey, look. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Xbox. I mean, Larry Herb has his podcast, right? They could already do that and have more guests on. Besides just big media guests, but I think that whole thing is kind of his deal, you know. So I don't know. You like see it like Colt Eastwood at a hosting an Xbox show there.
Last night, I can't believe Nipulon showed up. Oh, I saw Nipulon is...
So, how did mothers?
Hey, watch out! My feet hurt! You were all at the party last night, right? Douglas was fucked up. Oh, yeah. That guy was pounding the back.
Damn, can you believe they built all this on the bottom of an asteroid? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good place to hide out. I mean, but
Yeah, maybe I could be there. Yeah, they would be afraid ever to let me on there probably because I would just accidentally let an F-bomb slip. I could be good, but yeah, that ain't happening.
Whoa, look at that! Look at that! They're fucking dealing with some creepy.
You show Starfield, be like, fuck, this looks good.
Okay, shit. I guess let's just kill them all. Good news, bounty hunter. A warp
You show Fable. Holy shit! I'm excited. I wouldn't be able to hold it back.
Watch it.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
How about Mr. Boomstick? That'd be amazing. Maybe they could groom Mr. Boomstick to be Larry's replacement. King David, man, King. That'd be hilarious. Boom would fit great.
Later, fucker.
Well, guess what? I think dying's fun.
These little guys barely even count.
Why is Stabby so quiet? Good question. Maybe I'm not using him enough. I'll use them more.
Hey, well, don't shoot the hook bug. That's probably somebody's pet.
I mean, you don't really hold Stabby out, you know, from to talk.
Wow, those mothers weren't kidding around. That was violent.
This game's very fun. Extremely fun.
Wow, a real G3 training facility. Maybe Douglas does the training in person.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, Calarie. A lot of the game trailers also, though, had in the past have been made by like other companies as well.
Okay, listen.
You know, so that are companies that go and work with, especially like the CG ones.
It's just like a reminder that part of my job is also torturing people. Enemies in the G3, random strangers who looked at me funny, anybody. I'll torture whoever. Doesn't matter to me. I just love doing it. Okay, that's it for this one. That's a wrap.
Uh-oh. Ah!
Careful!
It's the G3 cartel. We're hiring. We're recruiting. You want to be a henchman? Cartel, come on down to Douglas's training center. We can't tell you where we're located because we can't put that on TV. That's gonna be a problem for us.
I'll just go this way.
We're gonna make you tough. We're gonna make you rough. It's really
Sorry, G3 recruits only. No yellow goop armor, no entry. Beat it.
God damn it. Okay, we're gonna need to find some way to get in.
We need goop armor.
to that. You're gonna be covered in sticky yellow goop. Very heavy. That's cool. That kicks ass. I got shot a bunch, but I was wearing that goop armor, and I only have a couple of fractures in my bones, and I need to get surgery to remove shrapnel. Come on down to Douglas's training center.
Oh, Douglas's training center.
You wanna fuck? Well, if you're in the G3 cartel, people think that's hot, so you can fuck. G3 cartel, pretty cool. G3, fuck yeah.
G3, fuck yeah. Later, Lord Roughness. Have a good one, man.
In your wallet. Careful, bud, I got diarrhea.
Okay, I need to go to the training ground place.
Psst. Hey, you. Check this out. I got some goop here. You're gonna love it. You can use it to sneak in. Come over here. How old are you? Hey there. Thanks for coming over here. I'm the goop guy around these parts. You wanna sneak into G3 facilities? You gotta get covered in goop. That's just how it goes. My stuff's quality.
This looks good on Series S as well. Right on. Is it 30 frames on Series S or is it 60?
Yes. How about a big fat yes? Let's go.
Perfect. Head down the alley there and just let the magic happen. I guess. Don't worry. First goop's on me. Just tell all your buddies about it. I'm the goop guy. I do goop stuff.
You're the goop guy.
This fucking, oh my god, the smell. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking.
It's 60, nice. Was it like 1080 or 1440 or?
This better fucking work.
Hey, look at you. You're all gooped up.
You're all gooped up.
It won't last long. It's not the real stuff, so you better be.
Alright, I met the goop guy. And now I'm gonna go get sneak into the G3.
Oh, looky here. We got another gooped up G3 recruit. Be advised that the G3 cartel is not responsible for
Are you fucking kidding me? They have some whole thing prepared.
Shut the fuck up, it's starting.
Oh my god, this is gonna be interesting.
Welcome. I'm sure you already know who I am, but for anyone living under a rock, I'm Douglas, G3 Chief of Training and Torture. And wouldn't you know it, I like to blur those lines a little. Training, torture, what's the difference, I say? Look to your left, now look to your right. Both of those people are gonna die today. You are about to jump right into an accurate warp-based simulation of what it'll look like to be on the real battlefield. And let me tell you,
Looks better than 1080. Okay.
hey, if you don't, you get to join the G3. Big whoop. All right, that's it.
1080 60.
Oh my god, is that?
A lot of the 1080 looks fine if it has high fidelity graphics. You know, you can be on a great, if you're on a good display and you had 1080 60, it should looks clear. This generation has actually changed my whole perspective on resolution. What are they? And a lot of it's more fidelity. I mean, 4K looks ultra crisp, right? But if you got good fidelity in the games, that resolution doesn't matter as much. Like, I can put the Series S on Fortnite or whatever. It looks better than on the Series S. Fortnite on the Series S looks way better than Fortnite on a 1X. Not even close. Get off my nuts.
Okay, they're done. Now where were we? Nailed, fuck, killed. Gargantuous, Manipulon, Douglas.
Are they shooting at me or?
I'm not forgetting that anytime soon.
I wasn't sure, so fuck them.
All right, that's the last of them, right?
Oh, okay, you beat all the weak guys. Easy, really easy. Now go do the obstacle course.
Oh, okay.
Obstacle course, huh?
Okay, you know what? It looks like some simple platforming. You know, like what you'd see in like Luck. Really? You got hurt? Yeah,
Oops.
That looked like it should have been easy. Stop messing up.
I'm sorry.
You know, listen. You're not gonna impress me if you get through this. It's pretty simple.
I have a pacemaker. One zap would kill me.
Fuck. Okay, let's just get this over with, please. Well, I guess it's apparently harder than it looks.
Oof.
Okay.
I almost forgot to do the double jump.
God damn. That was a little. We made it. That was a little tough though.
Congratulations, shitheads. So you made it past the first training exercise. Big deal. That one was easy. We lied.
Oh, what's up, Captain Destruction? Hey, it says it checked out your video where you were playing, talking about RTS on console while playing Command & Conquer 3. Did you see Age of Empires 4 and 2 are coming to console? Now I don't need a PC. Hell yeah. Super pumped. But not only that, I got another one to give you, Captain Destruction 93. Guess what else we're getting on console next year? Something I asked for, something I said Sega had no excuse not to do. I called out the big publishers. I said indies were doing it. I said other smaller studios were doing it. I'm sick of consoles not getting these games. Now, I also called out Microsoft for not doing a day and date. I think they still should have made it a priority, right? However, we're still getting Age. And we're getting Age 2 Definitive Edition. Which, guess what? Age of Empires 2 was already on console way back in the day. It was on PlayStation 2. Crazy, right? People say it couldn't be done. But guess what? Guess what else we're getting? Company Heroes 3 is coming to Xbox. It's coming to PS5. It's coming to consoles. Hell yes. Next year is going to be amazing. Amazing. We were talking about those 2023 games earlier, guys. Didn't even mention Age 4 coming to consoles. Didn't even mention Company Heroes 3 coming into console as well. Gonna be insane. And thanks for checking out that video. Appreciate that. Earlier in the stream, we're talking about, you know, this past year on YouTube and stuff. And even little comments like that and mean a lot. Like, you remember something that we created or that we did. And, it's amazing. Appreciate it. Carissa, shout out to Carissa, says, drill boss easier. I'm on this boss soon enough. Good game. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I do like this game a lot, especially now that that they want patches here. Fantastic.
There goes that bootleg goop. I guess that didn't last for very long.
Oh my God!
Hey there.
Hello. Thank God you're here. My name's Dr. Joopy. Douglas.
Dr. Joopy.
Family, and I'm trying to sneak in and save them, but I just can't get through these pipes in the next room. Oh my God, I'm freaking out.
Hey,
you don't even like Pikmin? Yeah, I'm not a big Pikmin guy.
We're trying to find Douglas too. You know, maybe we can
now
help each
EA
other.
needs to bring back Command and Conquer. That's for damn sure. Blizzard needs to bring back StarCraft. That's for damn sure. Embracer Group needs to get with EA or do a co-publishing deal or something. They need to get with somebody. I don't know who, but Embracer Group owns Lord of the Rings rights now. They got to get with somebody and bring out Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 3.
So I can get through and save my family.
Hey, don't worry. This is a classic textbook.
We also need a Halo Wars 3.
I think me and my bounty hunter partner can figure this one out. Don't even worry.
Oh, how wondrous. I'm forever in your
Maybe Xbox can get with Creative Assembly again and do that. You want a Red Alert? Oh, man, me too, dude. I'll take any of the mainline Command & Conquers. I'll take Red Alert. I'll take Tiberian, like, I mean, the mainline series, or I'll also take Generals, even. That'd be cool.
You're really gonna do it. I bet you're gonna solve this puzzle in no time.
Oh, what am I supposed to do? Okay, I was caught up in conversation.
My daughter Swoopy is so much stronger and smarter than my son Froopy, but they're both wonderful in their own ways. Froopy is much better at hugging. Oh, Swoopy's no slouch either. I can't wait to hug them both again.
Done.
Wow! You did it! You got the door open! Listen, I'll never forget this. You're my personal hero.
Oh, come on. You're too kind. It was easy.
What's up, Deccaddo?
Did you say you're heading to find Douglas too? His office is that big building up on top of Dregtown. There's a zip line just past here that'll take you right to him.
General 0 Hour on PC.
Huh. Well, all right then. I hope the guy gets his family back.
My favorite RTS of all time is probably Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2. Second favorite is probably Red Alert 2. Oh, shit.
All right, Douglas, here we come. That was the hardest part behind us. This is basically done. We finished this shit. Oh, fuck!
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
What is this?
Congratulations to all of you worms who made it this far in your training. It is now time for the final test, a bloody free-for-all. Last one standing gets to join the G3. No rules, just killing. Good luck, shit heels.
God damn it, another fucking thing with this. Holy shit, just kill them all.
Let's go. Just kill them all. You're gonna ream me? How about that? Your eyeball.
Congratulations, recruit. Now, I don't know, fight some more guys.
More? Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I need health. I haven't died yet in this game. Oh, no.
Shit, let's get you some help.
Like this or something?
Whew. Damn, I feel defeated right now.
Okay, what is this?
Congratulations to all of you worms who made it this far in your training. It is now time for the final test, a bloody free-for-all. Last one standing gets to join the G3. No rules, just killing. Yeah, good job. Congratulations, recruit. Now, I don't know, fight some more guys.
All right, bring them on.
Did I miss anything?
Too easy.
Oh.
Fuck you, G3 scum.
Oops. Man, I like the fluidity of the movement too, that once you start really actually using it. Solid gameplay in this.
Hey, well, don't shoot the hook bug. That's probably somebody's pet.
I mean, Squanch Games is onto something. I think they're launching themselves into another level with this.
Here we go again.
And they're definitely unique. Hey, fuck you, bro. Get out of here. All right. Let's go.
Killing these weak fucks doesn't do anything for me.
There we go. Let's get you, bitch.
Are you fucking serious right now?
The gunk, you like the gunk? That's right on. I didn't really get into it, but I didn't really give it too much of a chance, to be honest with you. I didn't play it too long.
We've been reprogrammed by Dr. Jim.
My favorite games of this year list is pretty embarrassing, honestly. Like, it sounds like such a casual gamer. Need for Speed Unbound so far. Midnight Suns is getting there too. I just haven't spent enough time with it because I've been playing a lot of other stuff. Power Wash Simulator, NBA 2K23, Call of Duty, especially Warzone. Halo Infinite Forge with the custom game browser is amazing.
One less G3 to worry about. Look, I'm just saying, my glove shot might be helpful, you know?
Whew. Where the fuck are you? All right, here you are. God, the game's so fun. Love it. Who else? Who's next? It's gotta be somebody else. There you are. Bring it on, bitch. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Is that like a bot, mini boss? Like, it didn't look too many. Oh shit. Die. Oh shit. Bye bye.
Woo! We did it. We're the #1 G3 recruit. We could be in the G3 if we wanted to be. Woo!
We could be.
Congratulations, graduates, on joining the G3 or whatever. I really can't stress enough how little
Like crystals.
Now report to your commanding officer and we'll send you off to die fighting for us on whatever dumbass planet we decide.
Amazing. You want to play more of the intro game and your VoiceOver sidekick? That was actually really funny and really good. Yeah, it was a surprise. You're curious about the last half of December games on Game Pass? Yeah, they haven't said anything yet for that, have they? What do you think? What do you think we could get? Not a boss, just a big guy. Right on. What do you guys think we could get for Game Pass second half of December? Thinking maybe NBA 2K23 could hit. Wouldn't surprise me. Maybe do like one big AAA type game that's been out for a while. Elden Ring. Yeah, what if they like did like Merry Christmas Xbox Game Pass, the Game Pass users, and put a bunch of like big AAA games in there.
I'm so happy we keep running into each other.
Oh, look who it's our old buddy. It's our old friend, Dr. Joopy. What are you talking about? How's it going?
There's another locked door. I'm running.
Thanks everybody for watching the stream. If you like the content, remember hit the like button, share, subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Appreciate you for being here, whether you are here live now or after the fact. You all rock.
Oh, Plimmy and the kids are probably so scared without me. I hope Douglas isn't torturing them right now.
The octopus guy you talked to, Douglas, is the boss? Oh, shit. Okay.
I don't want to rush you, but I'm getting nervous.
Oh, I gotta help him escape again. Okay. Wait.
You're gonna solve this one too? Thank you. Swoopy and Froopy would really like you two. Oh, they're good kids. I can't wait to introduce them to you and tell them about everything you did for me. They need good, strong role models.
Okay, there.
Is this one a little harder than the last one?
There. Where is it going?
I'd love to help, but these tentacles are too slippery.
Okay.
How can I repay you? Should I tip you? How much do you tip for helping solve a puzzle? 15%? 20? Do all the puzzle solvers pool their tips and then you guys split it up later at the end of the night? Or is there some kind of a puzzle solvers union? I helped a little bit, so maybe I'll just tip 10%.
Is it? Did I figure? That's not it. Okay. Well. There we go.
Amazing! You did it again!
Yes!
Douglas's office isn't too far from here. I'm going on ahead. I'll see you there!
Jesus Christ, Douglas is gonna kill Dr. Joopy. Look how weak and cute Dr. Joopy is. Forget about it.
This is an urgent announcement. This sector has temporarily been designated as a Mothers for and Against Violence Zone.
That means there's probably just going to be a lot of violence. And
I bet there's a chest up here.
You know what? That looks like Douglas's office, but we can't get in that way. Maybe we can go around back.
Not hot mothers. I love mothers.
Hey, it's an asshole who's been fucking with that radio.
Hey, shut up.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Let's get ready for supper, dear. I'll prepare the meal.
Ooh.
That's the stuff.
The combat's so smooth that once you get used to the moves. Give me that money. Okay, maybe we gotta wait for that car to pass up there. Ooh, nope.
We have knifey. Let's use them.
You have knifey. I'm so confused. Okay, I just go up here. And wait. There we go. Let's go. Stabby's OP. Okay. This is becoming one of my favorite games of this year. I'll tell you that. It's becoming one of my favorite games for sure. This is such a throwback feel, but like it's so fresh also.
If only they were all this week, you know? Long trail today. Bullets, you firecracker. Enemy like a duck. Get fucked.
What tether? Oh, you mean like tether around in the sky and shit? Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I'm conflicted on it. It's rough.
Like that tether? Yeah. Let's go. Oh, another puzzle. Oh, this is huge.
You're still alive.
Oh, my best friends. This is it. Douglas is right beyond this door. Can you help me out one last time?
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh, huzzah! Plimmy, Froopy, Sloopy.
You can't buy Middle Earth anywhere. Yeah, I actually bought a 360 just to go find Battlefield Middle Earth 2. Actually, I bought Battlefield Middle Earth 2 on eBay. I bought a 360 just to buy Lord of the Rings Battlefield Middle Earth 2. You can't even buy it on PC. The only way you can get it is if you pirate it. Or if I like find a key for it somewhere. Not a key, but like an ISO file, like old school. Bullshit.
I wish I was as good at these as you. You're really good. Did you go to puzzle school? Boy, this is a hard one. Please hurry up. My family could be dying.
Okay.
I'm really trying not to think about my wife's body being ripped in half by one of Douglas's torture devices.
Okay.
And it's not working, to be honest. I've decided that if my family is dead, I'm going to kill myself and join them in the afterlife. Don't talk me out of it. This is what love does to a person. Bad if it takes you a while. It's tough, right?
Got it.
Okay, I know that earlier I said, don't feel bad if this puzzle takes you a while. Yahoo! You're halfway there. Keep going. You can do it. Oh boy, this is a hard one. Please hurry up. My family could be dying.
You're a good team.
Let's go.
You fell for it, idiots. God, you know how hard it is to solve a fucking puzzle with a hangover?
Well, shit. Does that mean he's... Huh? I feel pretty stupid right about now.
This game just turned to scorn. Oh, that was a little frame rate hitch. Out of nowhere. It's all right. All right, motherfucker. Let's... Uh-oh. Is this a hard boss?
I was never Dr. Joopy. There is no Dr. Joopy. Are you shocked, you idiot?
Yeah, age 3 would be great too.
Fucking moron? Oh, of course you are.
Oh my gosh. Dr. Joopy. Come on, man.
And to think you never once suspected. What the fuck?
Where you at, Doc? You seem fine now. Yeah, bitch. Oh shit. Whoa, what happened? Uh-oh. Oh no. I need some health. Are these health canisters? Eat shit. Oh, you brought in your teammates now, huh? Die.
Sincerely, I really did appreciate your help, but I don't have a conscience, so I'm still excited to kill you.
All right, he's dead. This is it. Peace.
How did you manage to beat me?
We did it!
Piece of shit. Probably the hardest of the first two bounties I could pick. Okay, well I beat him.
You seriously trying to get me all excited?
I did not unlock the jetpack yet.
I need to calm.
Unless I did now. Oh, where is he? Oh, this is Douglas. All right, here we go.
Fuck yeah, that's definitely the stuff. Oh, now that felt good. He had some very nice choppable flesh, actually. It was actually very nice. Oh,
Ooh, Sweezy.
All right, dipshit, let's go.
What? No, hello? Nice to meet you, or thank you for saving me?
Why? Like you not dying there was some sort of favor to me? Hi, I'm Sweezy. Thanks so much for rescuing me. How is that, dipshit? Now come on, use my time bubble to escape through the big fan in the corner.
Time bubble.
You're gonna find out real fast that I'm the best Gatlian. Smartest, most useful, best looking.
No, come on, I'm pretty good.
What the hell?
Douglas, it's gargantuous. Where the fuck are you? I heard you made a complete fool of yourself.
Douglas cannot be reached right now. He is fucking dead.
Not good.
You have to buy it at the pawn shop? Okay.
Now that we've got a hold of these humans, we're spread thin over on Earth, and I need more troops immediately. Not to mention, things are gonna start heating up all over the galaxy as demand goes up.
Big things are happening, Douglas. Get excited.
It's one of the penis things. It's one of the dick hole things. Dick hole rods. It's great.
You want to fuck these guys up? Bounty hunter? These idiots. Hey, you want to know my real hat trick? My crystal stick in the back.
What's up, Spider?
Explode if you hit them real hard, like with your knife. You get it. Go nuts.
We make a pretty good team. Let me
Oh, done already? I was just getting into it. Too easy.
Hey, that fucking hurts.
I do it. Can I jump across there? Can I make it all the way? No. How am I supposed to get across?
You can use that to detonate my smaller crystals. So just blast some normal shots, then finish them off with my super crystal. You got that, dipshit?
I can switch back to the old gun? How? Oh shit. Whoops.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, the coward wants to hide, huh? Well, it's not gonna work.
I don't know how to get across.
Get that candy ass and shoot him through his
Okay. Got it.
He had no idea what hit him. Oh, now we gotta get across, huh? Hey, you wanna see what
Oh.
this time bubble can do? Perfect. Now hurry and cross before it wears off.
Let's go.
Incredible, right? What a thrill. You know,
Yeah, this game's amazing.
time bubble on the G3 too. And try loading the bubble up with crystals. Then you'll see why I'm the best Gatlian. We're gonna make a good team. I can feel it.
Okay, right on.
Everything I say and never use the other Gatlians.
Just do everything you say. Trash bag babies. Oh shit.
So what's next? You turn in the bounty somewhere? Go do that. We can wrap this up.
Let's go. Finished it.
Who's back? You think I'm supposed to be impressed that you killed a G3 officer? Well, okay, fine. I am. I think it's pretty insane you didn't die. That's all you're getting out of me. Now, turn that bounty in.
Nice.
Oh, hey, another girl on the team. Good. Actually, I mean it. I'm not being snarky. That's so nice to see.
Yeah, don't get too
That's a
excited.
girl.
We're not even the same species.
There we go. Look at you. You're getting the hang of this bounty hunter thing already.
How'd the mission go?
They killed a G3. Looks like
We
they
did
did
it.
them well.
Wow. Really? Whoa. Okay. Well, I'm impressed. Yeah, I was always hoping you'd find your calling. I didn't think it would be bounty hunting. But then again, I don't know what I thought it would be. Maybe hairstyling, and not good at it.
And what's wrong with bounty hunting?
Ugh. Can you please tell this dried up sack of shit to go home? I don't want to share a couch with him.
Tough titties, Leslie. You kidding me? Had a deal.
It's Lizzie. And that's
Lizzie.
not my kid. Jeez,
Leslie.
we're siblings.
Sorry, I don't know how your species works yet. Sibling, fine, got it. Doesn't change a thing. I live here now.
Come on. Can't he find his own place to stay?
Hey, that's not right. I'm barely taking up any space. You know we had a deal, fair and square.
He can stay.
Oh,
He's entertaining.
on. We barely know this guy. You're really gonna side with him over your own sister?
You should be proud. You raised your child to have proper respect for a good, fair business deal.
Oh, now I know you're doing this on purpose. I'm the sister, not the mom. But you knew that, didn't you?
Sorry, my bad. You come waltzing back in here stinking like dirty Flimborg. Of course I'm gonna get distracted. You shouldn't be hanging out with that Flimborg boy, you know? Can't trust that species.
Twig's harmless and nice. You're being spacist. And he's not my boyfriend. Yet.
Trust me, Flimborgs are bad news.
Come on, have my back here.
Okay, yeah, you got me there.
Thank you. God, I just don't think I can take much more of this guy.
What, you think this is easy for me? If I'm pissing you off, at least you can leave. But my legs don't work. I'm stuck listening to your boy trouble every time I'm trying to watch my stories.
I can't
Seth.
peace and quiet.
Come on. I don't. This is stupid.
Crippled jerking off on my couch 24/7.
Hey, come on. That's a high estimate.
Ew. I was kidding.
Yeah, me too. I was kidding. We all know I was kidding.
Aren't you gonna say anything? Whose side are you on anyway?
Hey, all right. I can see I'm being a little bit of a bother.
You gotta behave yourself,
I'll
Gene.
down when I'm watching my stories. Just
Oh my God.
put me back on the streets. I really do want to help you.
Fine, he can stay. But only until he finds somewhere else to go.
I'm grateful. I mean it. But I've already missed half my program, so can everyone just shut the hell up?
Ugh.
All right, that's enough excitement for one day. You got more bounties to get to, kid. And you might want to check out the pawn shop to see what you can spend your new payout on, eh?
Oof, that was tense. It's times like these I'm almost relieved I don't have any family left alive. But not really. I miss them a lot.
Hey, just so you know, you can use the Bounty 5000 to revisit any plan.
All right. Yeah. Let's go explore. I'm gonna save the game now. All right. Is there? I don't have to like stop and actually save it, do I? No. Man, high on life. This game's great. It's especially after that update. The only thing holding it back yesterday for me a little bit was the performance. I was still enjoying it, but with this update now, it's performing like a solid ass game. Like, I mean, you tell me this was an indie game, I'd be like, really? This is like big production value. Like, it's gameplay is solid. It's hilarious. It looks pretty when you're playing it. I mean, there's a lot of really good things about this game, and it has pretty decent performance now too. So it's pretty awesome. But I want to say thanks everybody tonight for watching the stream, for hanging out earlier and having our gaming chats. We're talking about all the little bit of topics and stuff. There is not going to be a PM in the PM this week. So Pong has a company Christmas party to go to, and so we will not have our Thursday show. So I may still stream or something instead. I don't know what I'm doing Thursday night. I may end up doing another stream instead. But yeah, there will be no Thursday night show. We will have Friday's Xbox Ultimate podcast at 10 p.m. Eastern on Friday night. And other than that, we'll be back with FSP next Monday. And I haven't talked to the guys yet about next Friday, because next Friday is actually, what is that, the 23rd? So I need to talk to the Fun Spec fam and see if they want to do a show for Friday the 23rd or not. And if they do, we will. If not, then we won't. If they want, I might still stream that night or whatever. But everybody, you all rock, and again, appreciate you being here as always for all the support and everything. And remember, if you like the content on the channel, hit the like, share, and subscribe. And y'all have a good one. Peace out, everybody. Good night.